So we're going to try and go a bit technical. I promise I'll try not make it too complicated, but I think one of the important things that I want to kind of talk about first is the importance of an address status field. And this goes when you're verifying any data, I think in any CRM. It's very important to get a status field. That status basically determines where that data sits. Is it verified? Has it not been verified? And to what detail has it been verified? So the key point here is each address needs to be assigned a status. And with that, an address status allows us to develop recovery processes for unverified addresses. So, we can make sure that we are only processing those unverified addresses. And something that I often say to some users of our applications is knowing an address is bad can be just as valuable as knowing an address exists or is verified. And what I mean by that is if you're told that an address is not found, then as a result of that, you know not to send a delivery to that address. Perhaps you have another process where a user from your team needs to contact that customer and make sure that the data is correct, or if anything is wrong, then they can update it correctly. So that's always useful. And talking about some technical requirements, the address status is great. It tells us where we're at, but we need to make sure we treat the address status correctly and well. So when an address is changed, we must reset the status. And what I mean by that is if we've got a verified address and then maybe someone moves house and they've updated that address on their record, we need to make sure that that status is reset to a not checked status so that we can basically process that again for verification. And then another thing that's also worth noting is that if we need to ever duplicate the address, and in Salesforce terms, we're talking lead conversion, or perhaps copying a billing address to a shipping address, make sure you copy the status too. If you don't copy that status, you may end up verifying an address twice, and realistically, there's no need to pay for it twice if you know that you've already verified the address. So that's always good practice to mitigate costs and overhead on that.